Evening, Colin.
Hang on, I've got some homework to mark.
All right. Oh, wait.
We're not joking. We've got homework.
Well, wir sind live. Willkommen zu einer weiteren Show von Don's Unplugged, as I would have said last week.
Exactly. Okay. I could have put it back myself.
It's all Dutch to you, right? Even
Hang on, I'm still finishing my homework. Hang on a minute.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, okay, we're all right now. I've done it.
You're right. You sure? You sure? There we go. I'll put up the
Good evening. Good evening,
Colin. How you doing? You all right?
I feel bloody awful, but there you go.
I'm knackered, so that makes two of us, mate. That makes
I've got a trapped nerve in my neck, and I'm hoping a bit of adrenaline makes me feel better.
It's really warm today, isn't it?
It is. Have you got your shorts on?
I have. I've got my Borussia shorts on and my MK Dons top on, so that makes me a two-team W. But anyway, there we go.
Excellent.
What would we be without that, mate? Anyway, I feel like it's been a long time. I've been away for a week, but I feel like lots has gone on in the world of Dons.
Yeah.
Since I've been away, mate. Since I've been away.
Oh, there's always something going on around here.
Absolutely. We've got lots to talk about. But before we do that, I'll do a few good evenings, if that's all right.
Could I just say, show 45.
Happy 45th anniversary. 5 more shows, Cole, and we'll have to go out for dinner because it'll be our golden show anniversary.
Yeah. Evening, everyone. Looking forward to a top-notch, hard-hitting show tonight. Russell, thank you very much.
Thank you, Russ. Nice to have you. Welcome, Russ.
We'll do our best. We'll do our best.
We'll do our best. We'll do our best. And we'll tell you about Colin's little marking comment. Anyway. Good evening, lads, from Matt.
You know what the homework gag was about in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Private joke, but we'll share it. Matt, good evening. Thanks for that one. And we also have the legend, Mr. Ollie Welch. He said, oi, oi, legends. How are we doing?
Ollie Welch Kavanagh. I like it.
I like the Kavanagh. Yeah. There's never forget that was classic gold, Ollie. Classic gold.
It was never to be forgotten.
Hundreds of years from now, they'll still be replaying that clip, Ollie. I'm absolutely sure of it, my friend. He said, Thursday, are the rumours true, Aidan? You are the next man for the Borussia job. I tell you what, mate, I wouldn't mind the money he's on. What an S ... show that was on the weekend. I spent all that money, flew all that way. They lost 4-0, but they sacked the manager the day after. So it wasn't all bad.
It just feels like being at Milton Keynes.
It did. That's like, I was waiting for Mike Williamson to be on the touchline. I thought, here we go again. There we go. Anyway, we've got another one from Ash. He said, good evening, legends. And Colin listening from work.
That's a long-running joke, Ash, and he's wearing a bit thin.
I love it. I absolutely love it. There we go. Dear. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. Ollie's retyped his comment. He said, the room is true for the Borussia Mönchengladbach job. If he gets free tickets, please.
Yeah.
Ollie, you're welcome to come over anytime, mate. I'm going to be back over in a few months for a weekend. So just give me a shout, mate, if you want to come. I'll always happy to sort you out with tickets, my friend. Karen says, good evening, gents, as well. Karen, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Karen.
It's a few days out of sync. So a few people have been out of whack. So apologies for having a late.
Yeah, but we're back to normal next week, aren't we?
Back to normal. Yeah, we're back to normal.
Back to normal.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Harry's joined us. Evening, Harry. Thanks for joining, mate. Hope you're all well. So hope things have gone as well as you could do in the last few weeks for you, mate, as well. Been thinking.
We gave Harry his hat the other week, didn't we?
We did. And I've still got a few other things, speaking of giveaways.
And a few other things we gave Harry, yeah. And still got stuff to give away.
There's plenty more to give away. There's something to give away tonight, Colin. I'll need you to do a quick fire question. So I can't be deemed as rigging.
Can't think of anything.
I'm sure you will. I'm saying nothing.
Okay. I've got a question. Right.
Go on.
What subject is James marking tonight?
I'm saying nothing. Anyway, so anyone's watching, Colin was marking at the beginning. James couldn't make it today because he's marking homework, even though he's got the day off tomorrow. Some of us have just come through the Eurotunnel back from the European continent to be live, James. Just sharing that with you. But there we go.
I've got another retirement day tomorrow. I mean,
exactly. I know, right? It's a hard life. I'm joking, James. Hope you're well, mate. Anyway, got a few more Facebook comments, and we'll get on with the agenda, Cole. So we've got Grant watching on the Facebook.
I'm doing the show naked tonight. Right, sorry, go on.
A few more degrees up, mate. We probably would be. Sheila's watching us on the Facebook.
Sheila!
We've got Russ on YouTube.
Whoa.
Sheila on Facebook. So there you go. Evening, Sheila. Thanks for joining.
Evening, Sheila.
Colin's joined us as well. Colin Gidds on Facebook. Evening, Colin. Thanks for joining. Kerry Ann has joined us on Facebook.
Kerry Ann.
And Grant's first question of the evening. We'll come on to the questions in a minute. Don't worry.
Good evening.
Hope we are going to talk about Lecco later. I've got all the time in the world.
We are.
all the time in the world.
Got it on here, but I put it on the Facebook preview this morning about
Yeah,
it.
so
But I haven't written on our script.
no, that's all right. We'll talk about it.
Unbelievably, we have a script.
We do. It's pencil and paper. There you go. Luke has joined us as well. He said, "How are we?" He said, "Evening, guys." So thanks so much for joining, Luca. Appreciate you jumping on.
Oi, Luca.
And he said, "Big up Friday tomorrow."
It's my Luca impression. Hang on.
Luca is paying homage. He's paying homage, my friend. There we go. And again, if you don't watch it, if you do get some spare time, Luca Talks Don's always worth a watch on YouTube as well. So give him a like and a follow. Yeah, we're always
happy. Don't stand behind me when he's doing it.
Well, there you go. We're always happy to promote everyone who's doing everything Don's.
Yeah, everybody, anybody,
everybody. But we've got a busy agenda, Cole, tonight. I mean, again, I've been away for a week, like I said, but I feel like it's been they say a week's a long time in politics. It's a long time at Stadium MK from the last two games and what I've seen. Crikey. But anyway, we'll come on to that. But yeah, we got
very political then, but I won't.
Well, we can save that for later in the show.
No, when I get more and more more and more beard as the show goes on.
Indeed. So we've still got several caps to be collected from the Casbah. We'll both be there about 2 p.m. Friday, Saturday.
Yeah,
Saturday,
yeah. 2 p.m.
So if
you've
you
got a cap, we owe you a cap. Come and get it.
Yeah, come and get it. Come and get it. We'd love to see you. Love to see you. Come and chat. Speaking of which, Cole, you and I did share the picture with the Don's Unplugged crew. The T-shirts were being collected on Sunday, so we're going to have T-shirts as well. We're almost going to look professional. Can you believe it?
No.
There we go. We won't do, but we'll try. Chesterfield review.
We're at the Casbah, and just remind people.
Yep.
Casbah are our sponsors. We couldn't do this without them.
So
if you've got anybody to blame, don't blame me and Aidan. Go and blame Kaz that we're on.
Don't do that. Don't do that. He's a lovely guy.
No.
He did say how much he appreciates it, and he does watch the show as well. So thank you, Kaz. We really appreciate your support, mate. Really appreciate your support. But like I say, tonight we've got a lot to get through. So we're going to be talking Chesterfield. We're going to be doing. Sorry, Cole?
I can't do that. Right, carry on.
Good. Right, there we go. So I said we've got the Chesterfield review. We've got the Luke Payne Chesterfield review, Chris Kamara of the Don's Unplugged world. We've got Tuesday's review of West Ham United.
Who's doing that? Is he doing that as well?
Yeah, he's done that as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I would say, was it they're under 21s or we're going to call them kids? Either way, it was embarrassing.
Well, I don't know. They had a young lad in goal, Fabianski. I thought he looks very promising.
He did, didn't he? Well, there we are. A point gained on the weekend we'll talk about, or 2 points lost for the Chesterfield game. There are rumours about certain players who are now not registered. There are players that could be on a free, but we'll mention those later.
We can't mention that. We were told not to talk about it.
Well, so we'll talk about it because we're independent and we don't hold.
Well, we're talking about it, yeah.
So there we go. Injury crisis as well. So again, does Paul Warne break players? Is the question we'll be asking tonight.
It's funny. The reason I put that down tonight is because before the start of the season, a good friend of mine, well, I think he's a good friend of mine, Paul Wormsley, Camdenite, some people know him.
Yeah, I know Paul.
Quoted that Paul Warne breaks players, and this is what came from the Derby fans. So I tried to get him on tonight. Unfortunately, Paul's gone out tonight, so he can't come on the show. But I thought it'd be great to get him on there to give his point of view about, training or whatever. So anyway, we'll talk about that in a bit.
We'll all talk about it. So before we go on again, good evening, Craig. Thanks for joining. He said, all was about to watch City v Napoli, then remembered you guys were on priorities, mate. I thank you for it, Craig. I thank you for it.
Indeed. It's worth watching European football.
No.
Rubbish.
Yeah, exactly. I was in Europe last week. It was wasted time. I went to Aldi. There we go.
Yeah. And we will talk about Lecco.
We will.
Because, and that was very relevant in the West Ham game because there was various things happened in that game. Evening, John.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, well, why not join us live? It's interactive. You get a response.
Exactly.
Evening, John. From Nottingham. See?
There you go. It's not even recorded. There you go. You didn't even get paid to say it, John. Didn't get paid to say it. Evening again to Christian. Thanks for joining, mate. And the Chesterfield review, obviously, we'll come on to shortly. But I've lost my train of thought, Cole. So I should just say we have
Accrington preview.
We not just have that. We have the Maple Leaf Stanley fans Canadian division joining us, or one of them.
And if you
I'm
remember
joking.
last year,
Tony with his Tony was it was a great guest. We had some internet connection issues. Colin and I were trying not to cry with laughter for most of the show, primarily because Tony's face was hidden by a pot plant, so we thought he was still fighting the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia. But also the screen was flipping. The screen was flipping around. Everything went wrong that night, and honestly, it was hilarious. We were crying for ages.
We were typing little messages to each other, weren't we?
Yeah, it was.
I was on a job to hold it together. Anyway,
if we start crying and you see us doing this, you know why. But yeah, absolutely.
But Tony Robinson, he's got a cunning plan tonight.
All right, Baldrick. There we are. I'm saying nothing.
Bit of a Blackadder joke there for you.
Yeah, exactly. So again, we'll go on to the Chesterfield review, and we'll talk a bit more about that. So Lucas has put up there, play well for 80 minutes. About the story of our season, the last few, mate. To be honest, sometimes. Russ is talking about Lego and Hogan could be good if they cared.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute, Russ.
I mean, you know my feelings, Russ, on Hogan. Greatly, as probably most people do who watch this show.
Yeah,
I find that guy the most overrated, frustrating, arrogant, and I say arrogant because I've seen it up close. And I'm
going to confess my usual abusive chant when he's on, not chant, his comment is there a chance you can walk any quicker?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Anyway,
I saw a snail overtake him in Tesco's. But there we go.
Louis. Give him 10 yards start and done him in a sprint.
Saying nothing. Anyway, look, before we go on to Chesterfield and we talk about it and pull everyone in and dissect what's been an interesting week, let me bring on Chris Kamara Payne for his 5 minutes of dialogue and review of not just Chesterfield, but the West Ham under-21s game as well. So, Colin.
Roll VT!
Right, we've got 2 more games to cover. We've got the Chesterfield away game, and then we've got the EFL Trophy game at home to West Ham. Now, the Chesterfield game was one. I mean, I'll be honest. I was relatively pessimistic about this one, just because of how depleted the squad was. And you straight away you saw it just from the lineup. You know, we had 2 players playing pretty blatantly out of position. I know Nemain and Lemonhay Evans can both play fullback, but it's definitely not their natural position for either of them. But we made it work, and we actually took a lead through Hepburn Murphy as well. So I was actually quite pleased that we were able to compete, especially against the likes of Markande, Dobra. They had players that would be able to hurt us, and they didn't really, to be honest. It was only once they made the subs, and even then it was only really set pieces that were problematic. And that's where the goal came from as well. Unfortunately, a corner, and Collar just doesn't track his man properly, and that's kind of it. It brought him back into the game. But it's one of those. I think I'd definitely have taken a point before the game. So although it's disappointing to not see out the win, the fact that we've got anything at all in that situation, for me, that's fine. It's obviously frustrating, but to take a point at all in that situation, I think that's satisfactory. I think it's just one of those, because we lost to Walsall, because we lost to Grimsby. It kind of just adds on to the amount of games where we're just not winning. And then obviously you have this cup game against West Ham as well, which is again quite a frustrating one, because we played a lot of youth in that game, which I think is understandable, because again, with the players available, we couldn't really play our first teamers much. I've kind of said previously, this is a competition where if we've got most of our squad available, it's actually perfect for us, because we've got a big squad. We can actually play our first teamers that aren't getting minutes in the league, and make sure they're still match sharp. But unfortunately, we're in a position where we've got so few players available that the academy have to play instead, and that did kind of show in the performance. And unfortunately, I know Callum Tripp made a couple of mistakes for the goals. I mean, that third one especially, I've not seen anything like that for quite a while. Quite literally tripping on the ball. But yeah, I mean, I think the only disappointing thing is that our first teamers didn't necessarily impose themselves on the game too much. You know, I think the only ones you can make a case for, Collins and Mellish. But beyond that, they didn't have the greatest impact. But I will give them a little bit of leeway, just based on who West Ham had on the pitch. Obviously, they had Fabianski in goal. That was kind of the big talking point. But they also had Urfi on the pitch, Potts. Both of these were playing Championship football last season. Marshall was a top-end League One striker last season as well. You know, they played a very strong side for what the competition is. And it kind of shows what's wrong with that competition, really. Premier League sides shouldn't be playing a side that strong against, our youth players, essentially. Tripp, for example, was at Gateshead last season and struggling. So not even in the Football League, and meanwhile we're playing against some top-end players. But, it's a frustrating one because it means we've got our work cut out for us if we want to progress in this tournament. Obviously, I know a lot of people won't be too bothered, but it's one of those where if we have the players available, it is a useful competition for us, just because we can use that competitive game time to get minutes into our first teamers that aren't necessarily playing in the league. But still, we move on to the next one. We're back into the league now, where the first team will hopefully be playing this time against Accrington. And, I mean, this is a huge opportunity. Accrington struggled to begin with. They got their first win at the weekend, but they've only scored 4 goals. 3 of them have been Tyler Walton. So, they are struggling. They do have Paddy Madden, which is, one of those strikers that always seems to pop up against us. But I think we've got to attack this game. They'll be sitting in a low block. And, I mean, we've got a lot of attacking players available now. Patterson, Collins, Rush, Mendes. I'd maybe look at playing a back 5. If Maguire's ready, chuck him in at left centre-back. Potentially play Rush as a wing-back. Potentially Mendes on the other side as well, if he's up to scratch defensively. If not, then maybe Lemonhay Evans or the main would come back in. But there's a real possibility we have to attack this game. You're not going to get much of a better chance to get yourselves back onto a winning streak before Accrington, then followed by Shrewsbury. That's 2 perfect opportunities to get ourselves back on track, and I'd expect us to do it in this game. Come on, you Dons.
Well, some great points as usual from the man.
Very insightful, mate. I mean, I say there's lots in there to dissect as well, really, from Luke. So thank you, Luke, for the review. Much appreciated.
Excellent review,
as always. But yeah, I mean, let's start with the Chesterfield game, and obviously, again, everyone watching, please drop in comments as we go as well. Love to hear everyone's views and thoughts. But yeah, I mean, for you, Cole, what was your thoughts on that walk? I mean, again, I know we talked about it last week. I thought it would be a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, we both predicted a draw last week.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought it wasn't going to be easy, again, because of the injuries. Obviously, we've had more since then, but I thought it was going to be challenging. I think my only disappointment, and this is really weird because I'm not disappointed, but I should be disappointed, if that makes sense, is we've had 3 games now, 2 losses and a draw. So we've got 1 point from a potential 9. That, for me, is the frustration right now.
Yeah.
That said, we're still in, say, the early stages of the season. So really, for me, Saturday, and we'll come on to Saturday. I don't want to go into that just yet, but I think the Aki game is going to be vital and telling, because those are the sort of games that we should be winning, like we did against Cheltenham. They should be running. And again, no disrespect to Accrington Stanley. They won't be easy. But if we can't start winning games against them, I'm going to start being a little bit more.
No chance.
Yeah. And
it's early, but this is a sign, isn't it?
It is.
Isn't it? Like Luke said, an opportunity. I'm looking for 6 points out of these next 2 games. And if we don't,
absolutely
not going to be good. Not going to be good, and it'll dent our confidence.
Yeah. No, I agree. So I think looking at the Chesterfield game, and again, I watched bits and pieces of it, obviously in Germany on the live stream. Cole, I will leave it there, and I won't tell you which live stream we went through. The streams were recorded. Yeah, I live streamed. It's my phone, but there we go. But yeah, it was frustrating. But again, like Luke says, we had a depleted squad. Lemonade Evans and the main at the back. I mean, the main.
I thought they did all right, actually.
I did, but I thought Lemonade
And
Evans.
as you know, I'm not a massive fan of the main, but I've got to say, I thought he did okay. It's probably one of his best defensive displays he's ever had. And you know what you get. You know what you're getting with Lemon, don't you? You know, the guy's a workhorse. I mean, he's not always the best, but there's effort.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. He does put the effort in. So I mean, again, you know, the fact that they were there, changes to the team. I mean, again, don't forget Chesterfield have had a bit of a poor run as we talked about last week. So I think they were a bit hesitant as well. And it just felt to me watching that game. I know I saw the comments after people saying, "No, we were poor with this or that." I just saw two teams that just didn't want to lose a game.
No, before the game, both me and you said we'd be happy with a draw, and I was happy with a draw until we got in front, and then to concede 5 minutes before the end with Collar switching off at that corner. He never picked the runner up. I mean, he reacted about a second too late, and as you know, in modern day football, you switch off for 1 second, and that's you done. That's you done.
I mean, as Harry just pointed out, I'll bring the comment back up, but Harry pointed out on the comment there, you know, it's been certainly.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. I agree. Who did he play for before?
Bolton.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, like you, Harry, it's a weird one because when you look at the seasons he's had before he came, was it Bolton or Stockport? I forget now who it was.
I can't remember. Bolton or Stockport?
Stockport. Someone correct me. Stockport.
Somebody tell us.
Yeah, sorry, there's been somebody in and out. I think it's Stockport from memory. But yeah, I mean, when you look at the highlights and look at what he's done and look at the CV, if you like, of what we were bringing in, I was quite excited by that signing. I thought he was going to be a real challenge.
Yeah.
You know, but really,
I think it was Stockport.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but really for me, I mean,
in a minute.
Well, yeah, there'll be someone probably in. But for me, I mean, again, he's not really disrupted that midfield, and the midfield at the moment, and there's no disrespect to that midfield because they've been very good in terms of overall. You've got Kelly, you've got Gilby, Crowley coming in, could do better.
I thought he done okay.
Still early days because he's coming back.
He overhit a lot of balls. He overhit a lot.
Yeah,
but that's probably he ain't been in for a little while. He's a little bit. I'm hoping if we play Crowley this week, he's a little bit more, sharper. But I've got to say, and nobody's mentioned this, and I did text Three Counties Radio because I watched the incident where Chesterfield had a shout for a penalty.
It did.
Gilby 100% handballed that, and his arm went like that to it. 100%.
Yeah, I know. And Ollie said, our Sky Sports not big pain as a pun is an absolute disgrace. Yeah. Ollie, I've been trying that route for Avenue for a while.
As long as he remembers where he came from.
Yeah, exactly. As long as he plugs the Dons on there when he'll get there. I have no doubt he will do that. But I will say, sorry, random aside, if anyone knows anyone in the media world is looking for an apprentice, Luke's your man. Please point in our direction and we'll happily connect them up. Apprentice, exactly. But definitely a talent to be nurtured there, Ollie, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, going back to the game, Cole, like you say, it was a difficult game. I thought as soon as we scored, again, as good as it was, I just felt like we then sort of got nervy, if that makes sense.
We certainly did in the last 20 minutes. We seemed to retreat a little bit and say to them, well, come on, if you think you can beat us. There weren't a lot for either keeper to do. But, like I said, Collar switched off for 1 second, and that was enough.
That's how games turn, though, right? It's in simple mistakes. Yeah. Simple mistakes, and we've seen it. And this is the frustration for me. I mean, again, I don't want to compare apples to onions because last season was awful. And again, there were circumstances in my mind for that. It was Williamson, Lindsay, management merry-go-round. We had interim manager Gladwin, then we had obviously Paul come in. So I think that didn't help. But the issue we've had, and not just that season, the season before under Williamson as well, is that there would just be games where we couldn't finish them off. We couldn't see them out due to lack of health, lack of fitness, whatever you want to call it. We seem to get, as mentioned, towards the end of the game, and we just slow down, drop back, and then we let players and teams
come on to us. Yeah.
Or this season, we started awful and then come back in the second half, and it's just.
I've got to say, we played better first half than. Yeah, that was a bit of a bonus. I was relatively happy at half time that we'd done quite well, but without really making the keeper work that much. So
absolutely. I mean, so Christian, sorry, just his comment here, he says should have picked up more against Walsall and Chesterfield. 100%. I think the Chesterfield game, I wouldn't say it's there for the taking, is probably the right phrase, but the fact that we were up, we shouldn't have sat back, if you like. I thought we could have attacked and pressed them more. It was more open as soon as we scored. Obviously, they were pressing to come back into it, which gave us an opportunity to exploit that. I didn't think we did that as well as we could have done, Cole, particularly second half. Grimsby, we got our backside handed to us. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it, Christian, and didn't deserve anything. Next two, we should win. We should, Christian. I agree with you. We should, but football is a
funny old game.
quite true, isn't it? Mrs. St. Greasy
used to say.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Christian said the win at Chesterfield was the away end. Never stopped singing and was incredible atmosphere. Yeah,
it was. That's all you could hear, wasn't it? That's all you could hear.
It's commendable. I mean, our away support for the last few years has been exceptional. It really has. And it's quite nice actually seeing a lot of those fans of those home teams.
Oh, and while we're talking about away support, get up to Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury's a cracking away day.
It is a good away day. We'll be there.
They've got a little fan zone up there. It's a big pitch. You're right on top of it. Cracking day out. Get up there. Hopefully, we won't regret it. I mean,
we'll be there. We'll be in the away end.
We'll
be in the away. What do you call it? The you just said it, Cole. The thing outside the
fan zone.
The fan zone. That's a good thing of the word. Then good thing of the word.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, great day out, and like you say, you're definitely worth coming. But no, I think to the point, Christian. Yeah, absolutely. And like I say, last few years it's been building really nicely. To see home fans making note of it, not just to our fans, but actually on social media as well, has been quite good to see.
Yeah. Well done to the away fans at Chesterfield. You're absolutely brilliant. Absolutely.
Brilliant. And again, thank you, Matt, for confirming it was Stockport.
Thanks, Matt. It was Stockport. Yeah. Cheers,
Craig said as well. So again, Craig said teams always have peaks and troughs throughout the season. Let's hope ours difficult period and we grow into the season. Yeah, I mean it's still early days, Craig. It's still early days. I'd rather it happen now than at the end of the season. That said, again, if we carry on the next few games and struggle, you can start to see the gap getting wider, and that's the worry for me. Is
you don't want to be playing catch up at any stage of the season.
No, we need to.
I mean, I know we say it's 46 games and there's no need to panic. But at some stage, you've got to start churning the points out. You've got to keep up to allow yourself, if you do go into a bad run, you've got a little bit of leeway. If we go into a bad run now and we can't get anything out of these new two games, we're halfway up the bloody table and playing catch up. We don't want that.
No, we don't want another repeat of the season. And that said, like I say, Cole, I would hope, and again, we'll talk about it with Tony when he comes on later, but I would hope that maximum points on Saturday. And again, if not, I'm going to get worried. Worried's too strong a word, but I will probably
meltdown starts at 10-5.
Yeah, I would probably start to think, okay, well, where do we go from here if we don't? But again, I'm going to stay optimistic. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Anyway,
good point. Sorry, Cole, carry on.
West Ham game.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's I don't know. Kids, I think Luke's point's fair. It's like it wasn't kids; it was quite a strong side and quite,
Well, look, like Luke Payne said, let's be fair. West Ham did put 2 or 3 decent players out on the park. They had Fabianski in goal, like you said, Earthy, Potts, Marshall. I mean, look, let's not forget, Earthy and Potts were playing for West Ham in the European, making their debuts in that European competition a few years ago. And, they're not mugs or anything like that. But...
Sorry, I'm laughing at Luke's comment down the bottom. He said, we got a 10. His player review ratings. Thank you, Luke. And thanks for joining. I hope you saw yourself on TV and you cringe as you always tell me you do. But no, again, excellent review, Luke. And thank you so much.
But they did put a good side out. But, I mean, some of our lads were very raw. But the disappointing thing for me... I mean, Collins played well second half. I thought he ran well. But the disappointing thing for me, and I think it was Russell that mentioned it originally. It might even have been Grant as well. I can't remember. I apologise, lads, if it was you or wasn't you. But Lecco was absolutely bloody shocking.
Yeah.
And if this guy wants to stay at this club, and if this guy wants to make an impression to Paul Warne and say, look, pick me on Saturday, this is what I can do. I'll tell you, I wouldn't even pick him in the bloody academy side.
No, I mean Craig's point there is valid about Fabianski and God. I mean, and Luke said it on the video. I find this.
It's embarrassing.
I find this tournament frustrating. Is probably a nice way to say, Cole, because I preferred it in the days when the National League teams were involved, and it actually meant something more.
A West Ham trying to tell us they hadn't got a youth team player that could have played in goal. I mean, Fabianski made 2 or 3 decent saves. I'd have been embarrassed if I'd have been him because he punched a couple. I'd have caught them. But the trip goal was pure comedy. It was. You're right. But, I think that was very unfair on the West Ham youth team keepers that they never got an opportunity and they let Fabianski. I mean, there's probably something in the back of their minds that they want to keep Fabianski fit. I mean, he's 40 now, so if they want to keep him, available.
But
I don't know. I just think it makes a mockery of it.
I think for me, Cole, it's like the rules are set and flexed because of the Premier League money that was brought into the competition for they can play their under-21 squad. 40-year-olds shouldn't have anything to be doing. I mean, if he wants to be anywhere on that, he should be on the sidelines helping coach the youngsters and bringing them through.
It's not the spirit of the game for me, but there you go.
It's not.
Like we can't blame Fabianski for losing.
It's not. It's not his fault. But I think, as Luke said, as equal as good as that team was that we played, I thought we were equally as bad as they were good, if that makes sense. So I don't necessarily see it.
I mean, let's not forget the West Ham kids won the FA Youth Cup a couple of years ago.
They did.
And some of those kids are still playing now. So some of them have been playing together for a number of years. But it really exposed to me how weak our academy players are compared to theirs.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, there's a golfing class, of course, because it's Premier League too.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be too hard on the kids because it's the academy kids.
All right, let's be hard on Lecco then.
Yeah, we'll get to him. But yeah, I mean, I thought that they tried their best. I mean, I can't fault the academy kids taking a go, giving it a.
And a few of them got their professional debut, so that was
they
good,
did, and fair play to them, Cole.
Lecco was a bloody embarrassment to me.
Well, this is what I was going to come on to. For me, take the academy kids aside for a minute because, again, they're still young, they're raw, they're learning, and again, if you're going to lose, you're going to lose because they're still inexperienced. But fair play to them. I saw effort there, frustrated, and they haven't got the quality granted, but.
Effort, but not good enough. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Yeah.
But when you are a fringe player of the first team, a professional who is in that sphere, this is your opportunity to step up, to take a chance, and show why you should be in that team come Saturday. And
I wouldn't even put him in the squad on Saturday.
No,
I wouldn't.
Collins, I thought, Mellish, of course, did well, again, with what they could do. But Lecco, again, like Hogan, and we've talked about week in, week out, I do not understand, not necessarily the ability, because he's got the ability, Colin. It's a mentality, mate. It's the mentality.
Yeah. I'd get a shot of Lecco and Hogan in January. I'd
have got a shot of them now, tear the contract, and tell them to get stuff. Yeah. Both of them, their attitudes are awful. Just awful. Yeah. I am sorry, and I go back to the point, Cole, and I know it's, again, it's probably one people have heard before from me, but with Lecco, when you say at the same time as Mo Isa, that time we went down to League Two, you are too good. You are too good for League Two. Mo Isa's in Iran playing for God knows who FC.
Good team.
And exactly. And Lecco went to Burton, had an injury. Prove it on the pitch. Prove you're good enough. Show people what you're made of.
Do you think he's still got it in the back of his head that he was out for a year?
I know he was out for a year, Cole. That's I get it. I'm not expecting the guy to be.
If he's going to move on, he's got to get rid of that in his head, isn't he? Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I'm not expecting to be a blistering start.
Let us know what you think at home. Should Lecco be shunted out in January?
Well, exactly. But for me, I'm not expecting superstar.
And Hogan come to that.
Yeah. Well, Hogan for me, gone. But I'm not expecting Lecco superstar status, Cole. What I'm expecting is effort and application, and I see nothing. I see when he comes on, and you watch at Stadium MK, if he does come on Saturday, and I've told everyone this before, watch his body language. He comes on, his head is down, he's moping around, walking on the pitch. If you don't want to be there, mate, there are kids in that academy who would kill to be on that bench. Would kill to be on that bench. Have some humility for what you're actually doing. You're doing a job that people get paid good money for, that most of the fans in that ground and the academy would kill to be in that position. So actually,
I've
make
got
a
an
bit of an
email
effort.
from Anne Summers. Who's she? Do you know her?
Exactly.
I have,
Well-
honestly. I've just got an email from Anne Summers.
Well, enjoy, Cole. Enjoy. But I don't know.
Quite apt when we're talking about John Lecco, isn't it?
Exactly. But I think for me, it's not the ability; it's the attitude that's off, Cole. Because if he's going out and giving it a good shift and his application and his attitude's right, I can forgive the fact that he's ring rusty.
Yeah.
But you can't do that when the attitude's not right. It's the same with Hogan.
Yeah.
You can't expect to walk out on a pitch because you used to be a good player. Damn well show it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just wasting a wage in a position in the team. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
For me.
Stealing a living, I think we call it.
Robbing a living on the pitch, mate.
Robbing a living.
You know.
Robbing a living.
Ashley's just said, so a few comments have come from both, so I'll go through those. I remember when we
I remember that, Ash.
Yeah.
Right.
Crikey.
50 million, wasn't it? It was worth or something stupid.
Stupid. Just shows you what's wrong with everything, right? Just shows you what's wrong with everything. It hasn't been mentioned. Waller was missing Tuesday, another injury.
Waller, who?
Yeah, I don't know, Colin, if you know, but I don't know on that one.
Don't
I
know.
would imagine so, Christian. I'd imagine so.
I'm still surprised that Waller and Tripp weren't loaned out.
Loaned out. Yeah, I mean, that's a missed opportunity for me because they've both got a lot of potential. National League would be good for them.
And still a lot to learn.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt said, what I found very ironic is Lecco was interviewed before the West Ham game and said he wants to play and be involved and score goals. I must have been drunk when he said that. He didn't show it at all and hasn't shown it all season. And I don't think that... Again,
probably the sixth side league up the bloody centre.
And it comes back to what I just said. For me, and feel free to disagree, attitude. If you can't bring it up here, you can't bring it out there.
He must know, surely. He must.
No, Cole. Some people just live their own heads, don't they? Ollie said we need a Premier League academy teams in the old JPT.
I like that, Ollie. Yeah, that'll do for me.
It's embarrassing. Get a better idea to get rid of the Premier League teams, invite non-league teams, which you used to do, mate.
But it's their money. It's
their money.
It's
other sweet snacks are available other than Greg's. Just to share that before we get product push moans at us. Yeah. But no, I agree, Ollie. I think going back to having the National League teams, that's how it should be. It should be an opportunity for the teams in the lower echelons of professional football and semi-professional football to be able to win a significant trophy. And I feel that's been taken away a lot. I mean, okay, they haven't got an under-21 team necessarily to win the final yet, granted, but it's going to happen at some point, and when it does, it's just going to be embarrassing, to be quite honest.
Anyway, we should move on.
A few more comments. So Grant said you should see Lecco.
I'm bored of talking about that.
Exactly. Grant said you could see Lecco still not confident enough with his injury. He seemed lost and consistently looking at his knee and scolding himself. It's excuses.
What?
Guys scolding himself. 3 times I saw some great moments from him, but you can clearly tell he's not confident enough with his knee. Sorry, to commit to 100%, and you could see his frustration.
The number of times he got dispossessed or lost the ball was a joke.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, it's application up here. So whether you've been injured or not, I've seen plenty of players have career-threatening injuries that have come back and done well. So there's no excuse for me. There's no excuse.
I broke a finger when I was playing.
Well, yeah. Well, there you go. Career-ending injury, Cole. There we go. So Grant said...
I mentioned I was a goalkeeper.
I never heard it, to be honest. He said Tripp nearly had a nasty back injury on Tuesday, falling on the ball. Yeah, he did actually, Grant.
Tripped over the ball.
Yeah, that comedy of errors as it was. And Stephen's joined us. Good evening as well. But Stephen Flanagan joined us on the Facebook. Evening, Stephen. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, like you, Cole, it's frustrating. I think both players are just at the moment. They are 2 players that, for me, really need to step up or step out. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
There's no 2 ways.
We're still talking about that, can't we? I've had enough of it.
There we go. Right, we've got another comment from I'm your friend. Apparently, you're all right, guys.
What?
I have no idea. We show the comments as they come up, Cole. But there we are.
Are we attracting people from?
We have attracted lots of people from lots of places. I will talk to you about that later. But some of those clubs will remain nameless.
It's not somebody from your OnlyFans channel, is it?
Well, exactly, Cole. No, but all I will say is there are certain teams who will remain nameless who like to watch our show.
Ah, okay.
But we'll leave it there. Rent free. Anyway. enough.
Can we talk about that little rumour?
I was going to say, let's come on to that. Let's come on to that.
Okay, we'll come on.
By the way, that's Grant's son who is doing the.
Oh right, okay. It wasn't
Thank you for joining.
All right.
No, I wasn't mentioning that as the thing, but again, just to clarify,
that's the rumour. Grant's son.
No, we have people from other clubs, again, one or two which will remain nameless, who watch our show because we get demographic reviews from where they come from. It is hilarious.
Well, I mean, they must be jealous because this is a really professional show.
Clearly. And there we go. And I say, Grant's son just said, do you have a score prediction for Accrington? We'll come on to that.
We'll come on to
we will be
Put your predictions on later on in a little while.
We have a chat.
We got ages yet.
Plenty of time.
Don't go to bed.
Ross has come on. I made a comment as well, so thanks, Ross.
All right.
He said Brett Troutman.
He did. You're right.
He did. What a player! And I would say that, wouldn't I?
Well,
what a player!
German.
What a prisoner of war. Come good.
Yeah, good old Bert. Didn't he stay over in England?
He did. He didn't go back. Yeah.
He never came back. No.
To be fair, read his book or his biography if you get the chance. Anyone watching this, fantastic. And
Bert Troutman, goalkeeper in the FA Cup final, broke his neck, and he carried on playing.
One of Germany's finest, and a good goalkeeper as well. I can say that, but there we go.
Got shot down on a bombing run and never ever went back.
But exactly, Man City's goalkeeper. What can he say? But yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
go on, carry on. The rumor, Cole. The rumor.
We've heard a rumor. Now listen, we've heard this rumor, right? We don't know how true it is, but
we've been told not to talk about it, so it must be.
No, we haven't been. They don't know that we know. They don't know that we know.
They don't know that we know that they know that we don't know. Well,
that's right. Yes. That's right. We get to know a lot of things, but not all of them are true. And this is one of those, right?
Yes. Go on.
So,
I'll let you do it.
Have a sip of your drink.
Okay, I'll do it again. Go on.
We've heard, and if anybody knows anything about this or any rumours or anything like that, let us know, because, I mean, it seems a bit bizarre to us that Gethin... Stop laughing!
Go on, carry on.
We've heard that Gethin Jones has been deregistered.
Yes, we have.
Now...
If true.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean...
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, well, I don't know where it's come from, but I've heard two separate people say the same thing. Obviously, he's on a long-term injury. Have they deregistered him for a reason? I don't know. They might not have done. It might be absolute bullshit that they've deregistered. But this is what we've heard. They've deregistered Gethin Jones. How true it is? No idea.
I can hear it. I can hear a pun coming on. Oh, it is. It's Luke Payne. He's got a pun to Truman or false. There we go. Fantastic. I mean, it's an odd one. If true, like we say, we don't know if it's true or not. It's a rumor we've heard from a few reliable sources. Let's leave it that way.
Well, I wouldn't call it that.
Well, I've heard it from reliable sources.
All right. At least one was a reliable source.
Exactly. From the MK1 postcode.
Paul Warren. What? No, I never said
that. What? Obviously not. But people from around.
Oh, that was a joke. All right. Don't phone the club. That was a joke.
Please don't phone. The lines are closed.
It wasn't Paul Warren. It was Pete Winkleman.
It was Pete Winkleman. Exactly. Right. No, it was reliable source.
It weren't him either.
We won't mention names because we've been tasked not to. But yeah, I mean, the fact is, if we have to mitigate that, if true, that's odd to me because we're struggling with players.
Okay, no. Where are we? Who is?
Evening, Cole. If true. Who's being brought into red? Does that suggest to
why
me
have they done? Yeah, if it's true, why have they done it?
Yeah, exactly that. And I think that to me bodes a question of
could it be to let someone in on a free? I don't know.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Like I said, we don't know if it's true. We've heard the rumor. We're putting it out there in case anybody else has heard it, and if anybody can shed any light on it or say no, that's a load of old rubbish. But I mean, it just seems a little. It seems funny because it's just come from nowhere. This rumor.
It's like most of these.
Why did it come out? I don't get it.
Most of these rumors that we get, and most of them, to be fair, have turned out to be true, as we've known over the years. So you've got to take it with a pinch of salt.
We have been privy to a little bit of inside information on occasions, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. But I mean, if
you can't say that, or you can say that, and everything like that, and we never disclose who it is or anything like that, you know.
Exactly. But no, it suggests to me that there is, if that's true, that they are looking at outside the club for potential options, or is someone else inside the club coming in to be registered that, as in the academy? Who knows? Who knows?
Or it is a load of rubbish. We don't know.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
don't know. But
Well,
we're putting it out there in case anybody of you, both of you at home, have heard something.
Or Luca, let us know. Yeah.
Or Luca. Luca
Indeed.
might have found
know.
it. Or Ashley, he knows a lot.
Ashley knows a lot as well. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's an odd one. It's an odd one. But then I would challenge.
If you've heard anything or know anything, or you could dismiss it, let us know.
I would challenge you if there is a free spot going because they're looking for even if it's a temporary cover pay as you play. George Williams is available.
Yeah. So is Dele Alli. Who said that?
Dele Alli.
Yeah.
I can't see that, mate. I know a lot of people would like to see him come back, but no. I mean, if that's the reason
if Dele Alli did come back, he'd be only on pay to play. I wouldn't get too excited.
No, and I just say if he's been deregistered for that, that would be something else, wouldn't it? That would be something else. Christian has come back and he said
he's heard it.
Looks true. He isn't on the registered list on the EFL website.
Ah,
there we go.
You heard it here first.
Colin's enjoyed his Greg's. We're having a fit, one or the other. There we go. Thanks, Christian.
You heard it here first.
Exactly.
This is the show to watch. Don't watch any of that other bollocks.
Don't watch Napoli. Yeah, exactly. An academy player wouldn't need to be registered. It would have to be someone at the age of 23. Yeah, so there we go.
So there you go.
George Williams.
There you go.
That's
you heard
what
it
Colin's
first.
thinking. So thank you, Christian. Really, and Luke as well.
I'm chuffed.
There you go. See. Do we know how serious Jones' injury is? Could it be that he's been ruled out for the rest of the season?
Possible.
It looks that way, Matt. It looks that way. Not that we've actually been told anything yet, but I mean, the rumours to be believed again from what we've heard inside the club, it's quite bad, to be fair. So it may.
So we heard a rumour. We know his injury is quite bad, and now we've found out he's not registered on the EFL website.
Okay, thank you, Luke. So yeah, get yourself down to Stadium MK with a pair of binoculars. Pair of binoculars at Stadium MK and find out who's going through the revolving doors at the DoubleTree the next few weeks.
I want Luca. Luca, could you go down the stadium and sit out there all night long in case anybody comes in?
Exactly. So no, interesting, Cole. Interesting.
Anybody sees Dele Alli lurking about the stadium, let us know.
Well, exactly. I mean, mate, if it happened, it would be amazing, but I can't see it personally. I can't see that happening. I think the likes of a George Williams or another player.
I can see tomorrow people going, Dele Alli's going to join MK Dons. They said it on Dons Unplugged last night.
We didn't.
No, we never. Exactly. We're just telling you what we'd heard about Gethin Jones. We now know he's not registered. What's going on?
Exactly. Anyway, Cole, so we've got a few more things to talk about, but we do have our guest in the green room, Tony, so we will bring him in shortly.
Right. You read those out. I'll carry on marking my own work.
You carry on marking your own work, indeed. No, exactly that. So I was going to say, the next thing I wanted to sort of just chat again, open to the fan forum as well, who are watching, but the injury crisis, really. I mean, we've got injuries, but do we think it's a crisis?
Oh, yeah.
And also, does Paul Warne, as a few people have said, break players?
Well, like I say, I got this from Paul Walmsley. He said before the season that he'd heard from Derby fans that Paul Warne's got this thing. Well, he doesn't do it deliberately, but pushes them too far, breaks players at training. That's what we got told. And Sanders was out, and he nearly scored in the last minute of that game, didn't he?
Did, yeah.
And
fair point, Christian. Fair point.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway,
so Sanders didn't go off with an injury, so he's got injured at training, and this is not the first time this has happened. I mean, I know that in the past that Woofton on the Green was deemed to be a bloody minefield of dog crap and God knows what, and people were getting injured out there, but we've got this new bloody pitch thing down at Woofton now.
It's part of the game, Cole. I know it happens. It's unfortunate we've had so many so soon. Usually, you'd hope it spaces out, but these things happen. Is it down to the manager? I mean, again, time will tell. If we have more and more over the season, then maybe the training methods are a bit too harsh or a bit too hasty.
Yeah. I mean, can't he break Lecco and Hogan. I mean, what's the matter
yeah,
with it?
exactly. Break those. Break the ones we don't want. No, I'm joking.
Isn't it funny how you always seem to break the ones you want?
Well, yeah, but Cole, it goes back to my point. If the players who are injured are out, it's the players like Hogan and Lecker who've got a prime opportunity to step up and make an
and
impact.
the buggers don't get injured.
No, well, they put the effort in. That's why.
Well, no, that's true.
There we are. So yeah, I mean, again, I'd love to hear people's thoughts on it, but I mean, for me, I think it's too early to tell if it's Warney doing that. I mean, it could just be happenstance. It's unfortunate.
Well, if he is, he's not showing on the pitch, is it? In performance,
not really. So I mean, it could just be some of those players are more prone to injury. Granted, if the training regime is a little bit more stressful on the body, those players are more prone to injuries may happen. But
anyway, Lawrence Maguire's back, although he looked very rusty.
Yeah,
I mean, that's his first time we've seen him all season, isn't it? He never even played in the PSFs, did he?
And let's not forget, I mean, with the injuries to Sanders, who for me is a massive blow. You know my thoughts on the guy. I think he's amazing. Have done since he signed.
Colonel.
Yeah, get well soon. Not just to Sanders, but to everyone at the club who's struggling at the moment. Hope you're doing well as you can do. But no, you've got.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Nathan, you can tell us what's happened to Gethin Jones.
Exactly. Nathan Thompson and Maguire are back. So you've got two options there. Don't forget Thompson's. I thought last season he only did a few games where he got injured, but I thought he was really good.
He was impressive that first game he played for us.
Yeah, really impressive. So anyway, it's another opportunity for someone else to step up, Cole. That's the thing I look at it. You've got to take your chances in this. And who'd think it? Who'd think it?
Oh, hang on, what was that? Oh, hang on.
Go on. What's up?
Something just come up on my screen. Do you want to renew your McAfee? No, I don't. Bugger off. I've got Ann Summers. I've got Ann Summers hassling me. Now McAfee are at me.
I think you've been hacked, Cole, by the sounds of it.
Won't be the first time.
Christian said, all those watching, hit the thumbs up. It helps engagement for the show. Support the fellas. Thank you, Christian. It does. So if anybody at home, if you haven't, give us the thumbs up. Yeah, particularly with Colin struggling with his own injury on his shoulder and myself fatigued.
I actually feel bad for doing this.
Germany.
I've tuned into my inner Bert Troutman.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Yeah.
But
thanks for reminding us about that, Russell. I feel a lot better.
Exactly. There you go. Anyway,
right,
I think it's only right that we bring our special guest in from.
Yeah. Well, right now, before you go on to Tony in Canada, you've heard what we've been saying. If you've got any points of view you want to bring it up, whack them in the comments. And when we've dealt with the preview of the Accrington game, we'll bring some more of your comments up later. Yeah. Deal?
Absolutely, mate.
Go for it.
There we go. So, all the way from the Maple Leaf of Canada, we could bring in Tony.
Is that the 50? Is that the 54th state of America?
No, I'm going to end this bloody conversation quick if you say. Actually, I'm in Accrington area at the moment. Now I'm over in England, so I'm right local, as they say now. So yeah, I'm over here.
What are you over just to watch the game or what?
Well, I've come over a couple of months. Got family over here, and I've come and watched a few matches and visit family and visit the pubs and have a good time spending my kids in errands. That's what it's for.
Well, why not? Why not?
Love it, Tony. Well, thanks so much for joining us again. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Really appreciate it.
It's nice. I always enjoy visit with you fellas. Very good at what you do and your knowledge, and it's a privilege to be on with you fellas. So let's football.
Well, thanks very much, Tony. We always appreciate you coming on and your participation. You do view from the other side for us as well, on which we publish on the Facebook page. So much appreciated on that.
Yep.
Tony, give us your view of Accrington so far. It's been a bit of you won your first game last weekend, but it's been a bit of a rough start on that.
Well, it's been a similar start to last season. In fact, to start this year, but last year we went 8 matches and only got 3 points. So it's a big improvement to that. But it's it's a better team this year. And we've been picked for relegation. I think every pundit going. And I got to the point where I was almost tired of defending Stanley because I don't think I don't say they're a top half team, but I think they're definitely somewhere in that 15th to 17th place team. If you look defensively, they've really, since January, defensively they've played very well, and the goals they conceded in the bottom 6 or 7, the goals against in that grouping. The problem we're having now is scoring goals.
Yeah, you've only scored 4, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think in a league match we've got more than 2 goals in a match. So it makes it a bit difficult when you're not scoring goals. But I have to say, I think I've seen the match they played against Colchester on Saturday. That first half was probably some of the best I've seen Stanley play in the past 18 months. If it wasn't for some missed chances, they could have been 2-0 up at that time. But that's Stanley for you. They never do out easy. But they've got some decent players. If you're on Saturday, look out for this number. I don't forget his number now because he's only just come on loan from Everton. Isaac Heath plays on the wing. After a few minutes, he's got speed, he's got pace, he's got the foot movement, and then they decided they better double team him when they were defending him because he literally dominated in the first 20 minutes. 19, he's a good player, and also the one the fellow that scored for Stanley on Saturday, Isaac Sinclair. He's signed from non-league. He's actually Trevor Sinclair's son that played for England, so he's got pedigree.
West Ham QPR.
Yeah, he's quite a good player. So the loan players in, and Joe Bowers from Burnley is a one that they're all young, but you can see they've got talent. And I think because of the signings that they've made, I'm cautiously optimistic, to be honest with you. I really am.
Really? Well, funny you should mention Heath a minute ago, because we flagged up. Well, we always do have a quick look at the team that we're playing, obviously, and to chat with you, we sort of detail a few players that we think might be of interest or a danger.
Yeah.
And we came up with Heath. We also came up with Henderson, but the one we're probably more concerned about, and I realise he'll probably only play about 45 minutes, is Paddy Madden. The evergreen Paddy Madden at 35, who's been a right royal pain in the arse against us in the past.
He hasn't. I don't think he's found his footing yet. He's just he hasn't got off the mark yet, but he certainly brings experience up front, which they needed. I think he plays. I'm trying to say who they played up front. He played up front with Walton, and Isaac Heath played in behind them, and they really caused some problems. So Walton is a player that can score a goal. He's a decent player, and with this Isaac Heath behind, I think with feeding Paddy the ball a bit, I'm hoping to see Paddy get off the track on Saturday, but he's certainly.
Well, he's only playing about 45 minutes, though, isn't he?
He subbed him at half time, but he's been every match. He started pretty well every match he's been there, so I think it's just getting him to gain fitness, if you want, match fitness kind of thing.
Okay.
I think the team starts on Saturday.
Right, okay. No, right, another player we flagged up, and this will make sense to everybody watching this tonight, is former Don Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie's been getting he's been getting some playing time actually. Starting on the sort of in the wing back position on the wing, and he made a really nice pass for Isaac Sinclair to score that goal against Colchester. It was a really weighted pass. So he's getting some playing time now. And he's doing all right, is Charlie.
I was quite surprised when I was looking at the, your players and all the rest of it. Charlie Brown is still only about 25, 26, which was a bit of a shock to me because he played for us back in 2020, 2022.
He's been around. It's when you look at I think he was. You think he was about 29, but he's and that's I think the John Doolan's built. He's built a sort of people that have in that they're in like Sinclair and although they're 24, 23, 25 range. Matthews, the full on the back three, Devon Matthews. He signed in from Nolly, and Ben Ward, they brought him over from Burnley. That back when you have Ferran Rawson playing that back three, I'll tell you one thing: they're really good defensively, and we don't concede a lot of goals. No, and that's because
you've conceded the same amount as us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Well,
so Tony, tell me, what's your opinion on the manager John Doolan? Do you think he's done well to hang on to his job? I mean, he's got a very low win ratio of just 26%. I don't know. That's way below the average, what we rank as an average manager, 33%, obviously. Because there's only three options, win, lose, or draw. His win ratio is 26%. Do you think he did well to hang on to his job?
Well, I think traditionally Accrington they're not a hire to fire kind of club. They're going to, Andy also let them go as long as he can because he doesn't want to be paying somebody on gardener's leave and bring somebody in. There's just not the budget to do that. So I think give every opportunity to prove himself. John himself is a really nice bloke. He's a good coach. He's in the position of being a manager because when he was with John Coleman, he ran the training sessions and a lot of the coaching duties. He just didn't have to do the management role part, and I think that's part he's had a struggle with. I just say he's having to get used to it. That it's a bit harder than he probably thought it was.
Right. So how do you think? I mean, again, I've been looking at. You keep necking that, Tony. What is it? What are you drinking?
Oh, I'm having a little whiskey.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. I mean, obviously, looking at good man. We're looking at the way you set up normally. You go 3-4-1-2 at home, but mainly away from home, you go 4-2-3-1. Do you think you'll be setting up like that, Saturday?
I mean, he can change the formation, but you might even see a 4-3-3. It just depends. Really? I think a lot of depends on the possession, and generally we don't have a lot of possession. So I mean, he might even at times almost like it might look like a back five. Both the wing backs are dropping back, but generally it tries to play and two higher up. But it really depends on how the match starts. If we start on the front foot, then he could stay with the two up front, one in number 2, and then the 4 in midfield. In the 4 in midfield are kind of once Seamus Canadian sits to the back 3, and then you get the other ones moving around more of in a diamond shape kind of thing.
Right. So how do you see it going on Saturday? I mean, obviously we've played 3 good teams and only come out of it with 1 point. I mean, I know a lot of our fans and what myself and Aidan have been talking about tonight. We're going to be targeting a win and a good win, and that's no disrespect to Accrington. We'll be looking wanting to get back on track. You fear Milton Keynes?
And you know what you're saying is not uncommon, because not saying that they look at Accrington as easy mark, but I think the fans look at and when they listen to all the pre-season discussion about being relegation, when you expect to get 3 points from a team like that, and I think will surprise people. I don't. To be honest with you, given my prediction, I think we'll see I think we'll see a 1-1 draw. I think we'll score, and I think defensively, I think we can probably try and hold you fellas back, and go for a 1-1. That would be a good result for Stanley. Just for you lot.
I don't think it'll go down very well in Milton Keynes, Tony.
I'm not expecting that.
No.
I'm just
sorry, Tony, to interrupt you. People at home, please give us your predictions for the game on Saturday, and we'll get Aidan to flash them up on the screen so Tony can see what the Milton Keynes Dons fans think.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie.
I mean, in terms of like the season as a whole, Tony, I mean, obviously it's still early doors. There's a lot that can change. But where do you see Stanley finishing up the season? Are you concerned about the form at the start of the season? You know, sort of, does that bode well for relegation form? Do you think you're going to be sort of okay? You know, how do you see it playing out ultimately from what you've seen so far?
Well, in my pre-season predictions, and when I talked to other people and pundits that were saying they were, because I got into one time and they said you a lot of players, you brought quite a few back as a negative, and I look at that as a positive, because we've got players that know the system and are getting well embedded in the club. To be honest with you, I can see the team ending up 15th to 17th with confidence. If they get on a run, they can score some goals, maybe push towards the top half. But I'll go on record and saying I don't think this is a relegation team. Watching them, I just don't think they're going to get relegated. The teams worse off than us. We give Gillingham on the opening day of the season. If it wasn't for a penalty, we'd have won that game 1-0. So
Gillingham have proved to be a good side, haven't they?
Yeah. And fans were saying, well, that was a good result for them. So they realised that we went toe to toe with Gillingham. So I'm up to, as I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't think we'll be relegated, and I'm thinking that we get some goals and we'll surprise a few people.
Right, will he be coming down to Milton Keynes on Saturday?
I've got unfortunately, with being only a short time, I've got a family do on Saturday. So I've been told by the.
Sorry, I lost you there, Tony. What did you say? Fucking hell, you're giving that whiskey some stick, ain't you?
I've been told by the better half I have to go to the family do. So.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, anybody listening from home, we apologise. The sound is dropping out a little bit. Tony's connection isn't 100%, so we apologise for that. Aidan, you got anything to add?
Yeah, so a few more. So Grant thinks 2-1 to MK. There's a few more flash up on the screen. We've got Colin who thinks 3-1 to MK. It's a lot of confidence there from the Dons fans at the moment, Cole.
Yeah. Well, I'm confident. I always am.
What's your prediction?
I'm sorry to tell you, I think we're going to win about 3-0. No.
Oh, no.
I bet you better have another swig of that whiskey, Tony.
No, we haven't conceded 3 goals, so I appreciate what you're saying, but I put money on that. That's not going to happen anyway.
Right. Well, we're looking at it that we've had 3 tough games, and there's sort of not a demand, but a belief that there's going to be a reaction to those games, sort of thing. You know, with no disrespect, we see Accrington as a slightly more achievable mountain to climb rather than Grimsby.
I will, yeah, but I mean, again, Cole,
Chesterfield, etc.
I will say, if you look at last season, we had at home, it was a tight 2-1. And then obviously when we were at Accrington,
and we lost
they won
2-0
2-0.
at Accrington.
Yeah. So it's one of those for me. And I think to Tony's point, he said about the results this season that they've been pretty tight at the back. I mean, if you look at the results, you've had the Cheltenham 1-0 against Accrington, you had Shrewsbury, which was 0-0, you had the Salford 2-1, Crewe 2-0. So I think it's going to be a tough game. I always think it's a tough game against Aki anyway. So I think they will come for a point. So I can see them doing, low blocks.
Well, Russell score just went up in front of her. Russell suggested that Accrington would score first, which wouldn't be an unfamiliar scenario to us, that we go behind and all of a sudden realise we've got to start playing.
Absolutely. So no, I think that for me, and the last 3 games, let's not beat about the bush. They've been tough games, but they've been diabolical. Yeah, but they've been diabolical in terms of result.
And we're beset with injuries, and some of them are coming back now.
But this is the thing. I don't want, and this is my view, when I look at this game, I don't want to go into a false expectation just because on paper, and again, no disrespect here, but on paper, fans will go, well, it's an easier game because it's not Chesterfield. No game is easy in League Two. I've said this every single season. Every season. And respect to the likes of Accrington Stanley, who, they might not have all the money in the world, but they know how to grind out results. They know how to do the basics and get it right. And we've seen that a few times this season and last season, with the results they've had that we've had playing against them as well. So I don't see it being an easy win, Cole. I think we get a response, but let's not forget it's a response with injuries and, a few changes as well. And
we got a few coming back as well, haven't we? So...
yeah, so
I feel a bit more. I feel more optimistic than negative.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I can see it being.
Go on, Tony.
People, and I'm not saying this is that your team won't be prepared, but if the players sort of think this is going to be an easy match, it's not. And Stanley. Prize. I think the fans' expectation is a win, and I think I think Stanley will with the play and they will sit back, defend well when they do, and they'll try and score. So I don't think they're going to go there, park the bus, but I think you'll go. I think people after there will say that Stanley's a bad squad. They should be better. They should be higher where they are.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So anyway, that's me for my contribution. So
we just hang on. We just got a comment. Getting past Rawson will be the key to the game.
He might not be playing Saturday because he's still out with the concussion protocol, so he might not be playing. So there might be a young lad in there in the middle, Josh Smith, only 19. But he's a decent player. It's just that he hasn't got the experience that Rawson has. So you might not see Rawson because we're missing Rawson and we're missing Sean Wally, and that's a big.
Right. Okay. Right, Aidan. We haven't had your prediction.
No, I think for me, mate. Again, like I was saying, I think it's going to be difficult. I think they're going to set up, like I say, to defend and then hit us on the counter. I think they play some good football. Again, from what I've seen of Stanley over the seasons, and particularly when we've played them, it's always been a tough game at their place, absolutely. And our place has never been an easy one. I think home advantage will count. There will be a response, but let's not forget we've got injuries. I think it's going to be tight, but I'm going to say Don's 2-1, but it won't be an easy win.
Okay, all right. Well, Tony, good luck with that whiskey. Tony, good luck finishing that bottle of whiskey.
Well, hey, thanks, fellas, for having on. It's always a pleasure trying to put his position forward because I know we're an underdog and stuff, but we'll surprise some people and hopefully.
Oh, you will.
With no due, I hope we don't. I hope we sort of surprise you on Saturday. So we'll see.
Okay, mate. All right. Right, yeah. Tony, well, enjoy the rest of your time back in the UK.
Absolutely.
Safe journey back to Canada. And as ever, we invite you back on when we go up to your place. Is that a deal?
I'll be happy to come on. Just let me know, and I'm right there for you fellas.
No problem.
Lovely.
Thanks a lot,
Nice to see you, Tony. Safe journey. Take care.
mate. Bye-bye. Bye.
And there you go.
I wouldn't like to take him out for a drink. I'll be skinning now.
What are you like, Cole? What are you like?
Yeah.
Anyway. It's a good sign for us if he's not available, Luke said. So with Rawson,
Yeah.
so there we go. No, I agree, Luke. I agree on that one. I still think it's going to be tough. And this is the thing is, what's the best way to articulate it, Colin? Is like, because we've had such a bad run, people are desperate to see a win. We all are. Of course we are.
Yeah.
But let's not get carried away with the fact thinking it's going to be easy, because we thought that last season. Look what happened. We thought that the season before we were going to run away the league. Look what happened. This league doesn't take fools gladly. We need to be humble. We need to graft for it. And that's the thing. At the moment, we've got some great elements. We've had some unfortunate injuries. We just need a performance. And I don't care if it's not pretty on Saturday. We just need to shut the door at the back, get that goal. And, like I said, it's going to be hard. It's not gonna be pretty.
What do we say? Even in defeat, you should learn something, 100%. I mean, although we never lost to Chesterfield, but if I was Warren, I'd be putting them players in that bloody auditorium and saying, this is what happens when you switch off.
Well, not just that. I'd be showing them the Grimsby game and the Walsall game for that.
Yeah, it's whistle, mate. You don't.
My concern, mate. And again, I hope I'm wrong. I really do, but it's just that we come out in the first half and we just don't turn up again. Yeah. And then we're having to play an uphill battle. I don't want us to be on the back foot this time. I want us to actually get ahead. I think if we get ahead early, that could be a really positive sign. There's no two ways about it on this. Yeah. But
I'd like to put them a bed in the first half.
Yeah, I would. 2-0 would be good in the first half.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's going to be interesting because, again, who's going to sit in those wing-back positions? Again, I think obviously Mellish probably picks himself at the moment. But is it Nemain?
Mellish is suspended.
He is. Sorry. I think it's the one after, isn't it? So I think, again, it could be Lemonhay Evans and it could be Nemain again. I thought they played all right, but again, it's just out of position. It's little things like that can be the margin between defeat, draw, and a win. And I just think
it's going to be interesting to see how he sets up. I'm not too worried about midfield and the front. It's the back that's the concern,
I think Thompson's the unsung hero of last season a little bit. I know he's injured and he was out, but I mean, he's got the ability, and I rate him highly. I think he can come in and do a good job. I think if Maguire's around, he'll probably get some games.
So, come on, you people at home, who would you play in the back four, back three, back five? I don't know. Who would you pick? Who was your 3, 4,
2 in goal, Truman and McGivern.
Ted Rogers. Right. Who would you put in the back 3, 4, 5? I don't know. Whatever your formation is.
3-2-1. That was it.
Yeah, it's Ted Rogers. 3-2-1. Yeah. That's it.
With Dusty Bin, Cole, showing age there. But I mean, again, I think Christian just said it the same as we've talked about. Again, if you get the score early, the crowd get up.
Yeah.
100% Christian. I think that's the thing is, if we go behind again, I don't think the fans will become negative, but it does really take the wind out of the sails. We've seen that a few times. And
I mean, when we conceded, we've conceded early at MK. The atmosphere is just, that's what they say: score early, shut the crowd up, don't they?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
exactly that.
We don't want that.
So, no, like you say, mate. I think for me, 2-1. I mean, again, hopefully it'll be more than that. But I think at the end of the day, we just need to get the basics right. We need to get a win. That's the most important thing. I don't care how it comes, but we just cannot afford to lose another game because the gap just gets wider and wider. It becomes harder and harder, and the players' confidence is getting.
It is a confidence thing. I mean, I've said this to you before. If you keep winning, your confidence levels keep going up and up and up and up. And teams, when they come to face you, are thinking, oh, my God, we got to play bloody MK Dons this week with bloody Collins and Mendes Lang and Crowley and Kelly. We're going to be run bloody ragged. That's what we want. We want to take that going into games where teams are bloody terrified to play us.
Exactly.
And hopefully that comes round because we haven't really seen that. Facts. What does that mean?
But I think that's the point, Cole, for me is we've got the team, we've got the ability, we've got some injuries. It's confidence, because again, winning's a habit, but so's losing. And the thing is, like, okay, we haven't lost every game. We've got the point against
Well,
Chesterfield,
you
which
know
again,
what happened last year when we started losing, mate. You could see it.
tailspin.
You could see it.
Tailspin. Yeah.
We were almost predicting when the other team were going to score.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to come to that this season. I don't. But at the same time, I don't want us to be out of touch with the top three before we've even got halfway into the season. And that's the worry for me. The gap's not huge, but it's not exactly small at the moment. It's still quite wide. So we need to start making some of that back up. But at the same time, confidence as well, Cole. Confidence breeds confidence. And it's also an important thing. Is again, like Lemonheigh Evans in the main, as Luke said in his review as well. But they've taken their opportunity. I thought they both did quite well against Chesterfield. So that's what I want to see: is players coming in, taking their opportunity, and actually giving the manager a headache about when players are fit, whether they get back in the team. That's the important piece.
Like I said, Nemaine's never been Nemaine. I've never been sold on him at all, but I thought he done well.
Yeah. I mean, it's formations for me, Cole. It's formations. It just depends on what Warren does with formations. We saw it against Grimsby, that 4-4-2, and it just did not work. And I'm just hoping that we are a little bit more savvy when it comes to formation for Saturday, because that I think will be key to winning or losing ultimately on this one. So Christian says it has to be the same team as last week for the majority of the game. They were far better than Chesterfield. Yeah, I agree. Loz back on the bench for a defensive option. Yeah, I think he'll get game time as well. And again, last 10, 15 or whatever, be good to see it. Nice. To be honest. Yeah. Luke has said, and again, thanks for staying on, Luke. I appreciate your input, mate. He said play 5-3-2, so talking about formations with the main and rush. So wing backs, they will give us options of starting Collins or Mendes up front alongside Patterson. So, okay, interesting take. What's your thoughts on that, Cole?
I'd find it very difficult not to start with all three, Collins, Mendes and Patterson. I'm not sure where I'd fit them in, whether I'd stick Collins up front and Patterson just behind and Mendes out wide with Rush out on the other wing, but that would probably be my idea of it.
That's more Collins of a 5-2-3 though, isn't it?
Collins, eh?
You sound like you want more of a 5-2-3 than a 5-3-2.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or a 4-3-3. Would be all right.
Probably a 4-3-3, yeah.
Yeah, that's where my head's probably at the moment. But no, I see Luke's point completely. I think it's a good option for sure, Luke, for sure. Knowing all of this, we'll probably get it all wrong and he'll come out with a 4-1, God knows what.
Well, I remember watching the other week when we lost and Warren came out and said I got it all wrong. Well, we're no bloody experts by any stretch of the imagination. But we were looking at that team standing by the Casbah having our burger, and we were going, well, how's that going to work? Well, of course, it bloody well didn't, So
Grant's son's just put on in again. Thank you for interacting. He's put my back would be Nemaine, Ekpateta, Sanders, and offered. Obviously, Sanders is out injured at the moment, so unfortunately he couldn't play. But again, who would you put in for Sanders? Would you put Thompson in? For me, I'd put Thompson in. I don't think Maguire's 100% right now, but I think he could get some game time off the bench. That's my take. He's also put as well, Cole. His front three would be Mendes, Lang, Patterson, and Murphy or Collins.
That's four.
So it could be, that's his thing there. So there we go. Craig has jumped in. Craig has said back three to protect injuries. Offered Big Marv, Maguire, Lemon, and the main at wide back. If back four,
I thought Marv and Offord played well together.
I did.
Offord. I mean, don't ever put him a bloody.
He's been really underrated this season, mate. I'll be honest with you. I've really been impressed.
Going under the radar a little bit. Yeah, I have.
I've been really impressed with him.
I hope we haven't cursed him now for Saturday, but
been the worst one on the pitch now. There we go. So there's it. Then Connor Lemonheigh Evans instead. So there we go. Instead of that one, Murphy or Collins on that side. Cole, and then Luke. It was good. I appreciate the interaction. It's good fun. Luke said the only problem is the two main man midfield was.
Yeah, I played
100%, Luke. 100%.
4-3-3, Luke. That's me.
Yes, me. Same. I would go 4-3-3, but I mean, again, that's the joy of everyone having different points of view. Yes, Accrington a weaker opposition, but still a risk if you drop the man. Yeah, I agree. I'm not confident, Luke. I think the point here is we need to just make sure we win the game, get the foundations right. I don't care about exciting football this Saturday. I care about 3 points. And if you get the 3 points, doesn't matter if it comes with his backside, to be quite honest.
Get up to Shrewsbury and kick their asses.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Not to both.
Yeah,
okay.
right. Okay.
There we go. Luke has also put us a few comments on the Facebook page. I will come on to you guys in a second. He said, you can't get Rush, Mendes, Collins, and Patton in the same team without the side playing a 4-4-2 or playing Rush and Mendes at wing back.
All right, Luke. Don't be so bloody picky.
It's all right. It's fair enough. I mean, you could do, but
all right, yeah, all right, okay. Don't have him on next week.
Luke, don't listen. Appreciate the input, mate. Do you think if we get promoted, Gilby would stay? So Grant,
yes,
I think so. Interesting. Some comments on the Facebook page.
Yeah, go for it. I'll carry on marking my homework.
I wonder how his homework marking's going.
I don't know. James is marking homework tonight. That's why he's not here.
That's why he's not on the show. Yeah,
that's why we keep taking the piss.
Exactly. So Colin Gids has said always a tough place at Stanley, but he said, do you think Warren? So I've got Warren on my brain. I can't stand that guy. Warren, sorry, stays if we don't go up. So do you see a management change? I mean, it's still early days.
That is a very good question. I mean, we did say this at the start of the season. If we don't go up, where does that leave Warren? Has he failed?
For me, Colin.
For me, if we don't go up, he has failed.
Yeah, no, for me, if I say for Colin's question, for me, Colin, I think he stays. But it depends in the manner of if we didn't go up. I don't want to tempt fate, but I mean, if we were like fourth and we'd missed out in the playoffs, or there's a world between that and finishing 18th. So it really depends on what happens across the season. I don't want to think of it, to be quite honest.
I think playoffs as a minimum.
Yeah, I'm going to say if we get to the playoffs and okay, we don't quite make it this time. Of course, it's frustrating. We all want to go up, but I wouldn't deem that as a reason to sack him if the signs were there that there was a bones of a good side and we were starting to improve. But for me, this League Two, Cole, is probably one of the most open League Two seasons. Look at the teams around.
Don't forget one thing: we're probably going to have a fairly decent war chest in January.
100%. Yeah, 100%. So
and if we are a little bit short here, there, everywhere, well, I'm sure Warren will know by then who he's going to bring in or who he wants to bring in.
Yeah. And Grant has said, my son does love to talk Dons. Nothing wrong with it, Grant. Appreciate it. And thank you for the comment. He said, do you think Collins is ready for the league after injury? I would probably say maybe not for the full 90. That's my view. Right. I think he'll probably be a 45 minutes, 60 minutes or something like that.
He did look good in the second half against West Ham.
He did. So I think probably a half.
But that's a world away from playing seasoned professionals.
Yeah, exactly. Phil's joined. So Phil Kelly said, Warren will stay if we go up, he thinks, and stay down. Yeah, I agree. Unless, like I said, unless we blow up and finish 18th, I think maybe.
That's a whole different conversation, isn't it?
But that's my whole point. It's the manner. If you don't go up, it's the type of like if you just missed out versus if you nearly went down. Those are the kind of things. I mean, it'd be a catastrophe if we were down the bottom of the season, but. Look at Williamson. We just missed out that season. Did he stay on? Yes, he did. He decided to leave, obviously, and went to Carlisle. But we didn't sack him for that, so I couldn't see the same reason being the same for Warren, to be honest. And also, look, we need a bit of stability. I mean, I don't want to start being negative and talking about things like that until we know a bit more of a clearer picture. But changing the manager again, is that really going to do anything? I think if we were there or thereabouts, stability is key, and we just have to go again. Frustrating, but we'd have to go again. But that's my take on it, Cole. Your thoughts?
I agree. I agree. I said last season, sacking managers is not the way forward.
Not really. I mean, you do it with hesitation, don't you? It's like it's
I've never. Well, unless the guy is making some ridiculous selections or
statements like last season. Wink, wink, Mr. Lindsay.
Yeah. I mean, if some of that crap comes out, like starts talking the biggest load of nonsense ever, and starts setting the team up, bizarrely and things like that. We shouldn't be looking to sack him. I think we should be supporting him even more.
I think for me, you look at Grant McCann at Doncaster. Look what he did. Yeah. You look at that. To be fair, people might laugh, but Graham Alexander, look what he's done at Bradford. Again, that's a point in case. We didn't give him time. We didn't like the football. We got rid of him. He went to Bradford. okay, the football maybe not as entertaining as we'd like, but look, it's proved that given time, these things can work.
Yeah.
So,
And where are they now in League Two?
not doing too badly from memory. The mid-table, something like that, Cole. Someone will probably tell us. But yeah, I mean, again, it just too. I mean, for me, particularly with Doncaster, they selected the right players and things, and they did all right. Luke's just come in. He said it's all about the project. Grimsby are a perfect example. Then I'll tell. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I've got a couple of scores for you if you're interested.
Go for it, Cole.
Champions League, Newcastle 0, Barcelona 0. That's about 58 minutes gone. And Man City are 1-1-0 on the hour, and Napoli have had a man sent off.
There we go.
And I'm just going to see who it was got sent off for Napoli. Can't pronounce it. Carry on.
There we go. But no, I mean, like I say, other than that, I think again, it's still early days, mate. But I'm not worried yet.
Barcelona have just scored against Newcastle, by the way.
So you tempted fate, didn't you, by giving it?
Yeah, I did indeed. Yeah. Sorry,
but I'm not worried yet about the season. I think it's still too early. Things can change on a.
I'm not, and I understand why people are probably starting to get a little bit anxious. They want to see. Thanks, Harry. Bradford are second in League Two. I mean, that just shows you. People are keen for us to get back on the winning trail again, and like we said at the start of the show, we've got an ideal opportunity here, and I think me and you are probably looking at both next two games 6 points.
Yeah, that's the expectation. Worst case, I don't want to see anything less than 4. Definitely.
I mean, I set ourselves up badly at the start of the season. I said, I've just happened to watch Shrewsbury 3 times this season.
Well, rubbish.
And on three occasions, I've said they were absolute rubbish. So, I'm probably setting myself up badly here for when we go up there.
They came good, though, didn't they? They came good.
Yeah, well, they have a little bit, yeah.
It's not going to be an easy game. I like going to Shrewsbury as an away day. Like you, it's a nice place to go.
Yeah, get to Shrewsbury, you'll enjoy it.
You will enjoy it, but they're not an easy team to play at home, even if they are in a bit of bad form. So we never. Ironically, the best one I've seen was that season we went down with Dan McKeechee. You remember? And then Keith Miller took over for the last game. We won 1-0.
Yeah. Was it Agard scored in front of the?
No, was it Sam Nombert? I think, wasn't it? Someone will tell me.
I thought. Who scored?
That's the question. Is that the question for the prize?
Yeah, go on.
Stick that down. There you go. That's
first one.
And the prize, the first person to give us the right result, no Googling, for the...
Not really.
Yeah,
well, we won't know if they've got it right because we don't know.
Joking. I'll have a look. First one put the result down. We'll give away some shot glasses.
Yeah, first person to get that. Who scored the goal at Shrewsbury when we won 1-0? I think he scored late as well.
It did. It was 1-0.
And we got relegated.
Anyway, go on.
First one. I'm going to sit here and wait.
2019, I think. Or was it 2019?
I don't know.
And I know who scored it.
Do you? You look, see
I do.
Was I? Oh, no, you can't say if I was right or not, can you? Because that wouldn't be good.
Oh, it's 1-0. But you'll be surprised. Actually, you know what? I forgot who it was until then.
All right, okay. Right, there you go. Come on.
Yeah, that's the thing. You need to know the answer to the question.
Are we waiting so somebody gets it?
Yeah, definitely. There you go. No, we're joking. Sorry, Matt put up here. He goes, would you be worried if we didn't pick up maximum points in the next 2 games? I wouldn't be worried, Matt.
I'll be disappointed.
Disappointed, yeah. I mean, 4 points is a minimum for me. 6 is what we should be aiming for. But if we got less than 4, then, yeah, I'd start to question what's going on a little bit.
As equally as much as we question those last 3 games we've had.
It wasn't Livingston, Grant. Sorry, carry on.
We have to be looking at these next 2 games for maximum points because
the pressure's on.
I think it'll say more about the team.
Yeah, Ollie got on it. So Ollie,
put it up.
If anyone to win shot glasses, it was going to be Ollie, right? There we go.
Put it up.
So it was. Drum rolls. Reece Healy.
Was it?
Yep.
Are you sure?
2019. Yep.
Okay.
There we go. He's won the shot glasses. MK Dons, the Shrewsbury, not Shrewsbury versus MK Dons. It was Reece Healy.
It was what? Who? Shrewsbury versus MK Dons.
MK Dons at home against Shrewsbury. That's the question we asked. It was Reece Healy.
No, I didn't mean that one.
Well, that's the one we went with, Cole, because I said the name of the person who scored it on the thing. Anyway,
hang on. I'm bloody googling this.
Ollie, don't worry. You've won the shot glass, Ollie, so don't stress.
I meant the game. I meant
He meant the last game of the season, which was Shrewsbury away.
No, hang on a minute. That's wrong. You're talking. Oh God, give me strength. What's going on here?
Oh dear, go on.
It was
1-0.
30th of August, 2025. That weren't the reason. That weren't the. Oh, I can't remember. It's a load of bullshit. Never mind, forget it. Give me go, Ollie.
Ollie's got it. Anyway, Ollie's in response. He said that the other one I had in my head was Agar, but I think that was 20.
That's the one That's the one I thought, Ollie. Well, you've won them anyway.
There we go. Well done, Ollie. Colin's head's now hurting from trying to find the result. There we go. Matt said, have you guys seen our October's fixtures? Yes, I have. All our games are against teams that are currently in the top 10. Ahead of Shrewsbury, obviously.
I'm just going to have a look.
One moment, everyone, as Colin reviews.
Right, we've got Gillingham at home.
That's not going to be an easy game.
Bristol Rovers away.
Not easy.
Crewe at home.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Bromley away.
So out of those, Cole, if you look at what Matt's saying there, that's 12 points. What are you expecting out of that?
11.
I love your optimism.
No, I don't know. I don't know. We played Gillingham at a 12:30 kickoff. I'd hope to get something out of that. But again, thanks, Luke. Bristol Rovers, I don't know. Crewe.
I mean, the two home games.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
I'm going to hate to say
it.
But
you're going to have to play these teams at some stage, aren't you? So.
Yeah, but it all hinges on the next game, really. The next two, if we get maximum points in the next two games, I would feel a bit more confident. But the Gillingham game at home is going to be a tough game. I hate Ainsworth, as you know, with his leather trousers, but he plays dirty football. It's rubbish football, but he gets results, Cole. He gets results. So I can see that being a close game with one goal in it, to be quite honest. I'm
looking forward to talking to their fan? Yeah, with the one that comes on the show. He's an objectionable... I won't say what I was thinking. No,
he can do. It's after 9 anyway. Ollie said I wasn't there for the 2018 one. Only reason I can remember the other one though is my brother's stag do the final day when we had Shrewsbury and I got kicked out of Northampton Saints Club.
Yeah.
Oh dear, wouldn't be Ollie if he wasn't being kicked out of somewhere. That's for sure.
Right.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. But yeah, I think as I say. Accrington and Shrewsbury overall, 6 points would be where I'd like us to be, but 4 points.
And we're not being arrowgant, are we?
No. I'm not. Again, I don't think we're necessarily going to be.
I mean, I've written my preview for tomorrow in the Casbah Big Game preview, and I've put if we don't win this on Saturday, the meltdown will start at 10-5.
Well,
they've got to lose sometime, Luke.
Yeah, and say, wouldn't it be lovely, Luke, if it was against us? That's what I'm saying. Gareth Ainsworth, tears at Stadium MK. You'd love to see it. Yeah. Grant said, I think Gillingham would be happy with the draw to keep their streak. Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that one. Colin Gids reckons 9 points out of those 12 in October. So, I mean, that'd be a great result if we did, Colin. Absolutely great. Sheila's just said, with the Dons, no game is an easy game. Exactly, Sheila.
That's very true, Sheila. We never make it easy for ourselves, do we? No. Well, rarely.
Keeps us entertained, though, right?
Oh, it's bloody painful, though, isn't it?
It is.
It can be bloody painful.
It is. So yeah, I like you say, Cole. I think, as I say, if I think we should win on the weekend. The Shrewsbury game, I'll wait and see what happens on the weekend before I make a full judgment. But I think, as I say, that's another one that I think we should be able to win. But there again, it's not an easy place to go. So Luke has just said 90 plus 5. Gareth McCleary own goal for a 1-0 win would be perfect for the Gillingham game. So yeah.
Okay. Right. We got much else to talk about. Have we got anything else?
I don't know. Have we got any more to talk about?
Let me go.
Your injury, your shoulder.
No, I don't want to talk about that.
I know you don't want to talk about that.
I was just sitting here thinking to myself, it was feeling a bit better actually. But
well, I think the next thing we need to see is next week to see if these rumours about the deregistering, obviously, which are now being confirmed, if we bring anyone in, would be interesting in the next.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm still a little bit surprised if it is true that Gethin Jones hasn't been registered or deregistered.
Yeah, I mean, if he has, mate. I mean, to be fair, if he's not playable for 6 months, then and there's people on freeze.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah,
it does make sense, but
it
doesn't mean he's out of the squad and he's out the door. It just means, I think it was Christian or Craig said that if we sell a few in January, you can re-register them anyway. But we were at a maximum capacity from memory, so why have someone on the books if you can't use them? Ultimately, just free that space up, I guess. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. But is it Delhi? Who knows? Everyone seems to want it. I can't see it. It'd be incredible if that happened, but I think it's more of a George Williams or another player that maybe Warren's got lined up, if at all. But we'll see.
Oh, it could be rubbish.
Well, it's been deregistered. That's fact. Right.
Just to remind people, we are back next week on our proper day, which is Wednesday.
7:45.
Eh?
I was winding you up. I was going to say Tuesday, 7:45. I was waiting for you to get
say Tuesday. I'm out Tuesday.
No, that's why I said it. There we go. No, Wednesday. We're back Wednesday.
You never know. James might have finished marking his own work by then.
He may have done, but his biro might have run out by then. He might have had to go to Is WH Smith still a thing? I thought they got taken over.
I hope he has a good lay in tomorrow. He's got tomorrow off. Unbelievable. I don't think we've got anything else, have we? Let me see.
I think we're covering
it. That's it.
Yeah.
So we're back next week, 7:45
on Tuesday. Another guest, another Chris.
No, we're back Wednesday. Stop saying Tuesday.
I know. I keep it to wind you up. We're back Wednesday. Of course, we're back Wednesday.
Yeah, we've got a guest from Shrewsbury. We can tell him how crap we think Shrewsbury are. He'll love that. Can you remember who the Shrewsbury bloke was?
Luke will tell us. I'm sure if he's got it. I can't remember. I apologise, Cole. I am still car lagged, if that's such a thing, from driving from Germany. To be quite honest.
Right. Okay then. So that's it. That's a wrap for tonight.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone for the delay, obviously, to our normal scheduled slot. John, it was great to have you involved as well, watching live. So thanks for jumping on, and everyone for taking the time.
And it was always and Luke playing with us all night as well. So
I know it's luxury. Yeah. Also, before we go, I will do a special call out.
As much as he found fault with my team selections.
Completely agree with him. Yeah, I'm joking.
Go on.
No, I'm saying Luke obviously has got. He won't be for the Shrewsbury game because I believe he's got a tennis final that he's in. So we want to wish Luke good luck.
As far as I know, he's won the mixed doubles.
He has
the men's doubles, and now he's in the men's singles.
So less than maybe the Chris Kamara on Sky Sports, maybe more of an Andy Murray at Wimbledon. The way things are going.
Well, I think if we win on Saturday, that he should be made to dress up in his tennis gear, and do the review. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if he'd do it, but yeah, I think so. Yeah, but it's got to be proper Fred Perry tennis whites. I don't want any of this new stuff. I want traditional Fred Perry type stuff. Matt said before we go, great show as usual. Thanks, lads. Here's to 3 points on Saturday. Start and our unstoppable romp to the title. Oh, Matt.
Unstoppable romp.
Unstoppable romp. There you go.
Yeah.
Come on, you Dons. And Craig said, when will we see the real Mendes slang? Yeah, I mean, that's probably a topic for next week's show, Cole.
Well. See how we get.
Who never says that we don't take on more of these things?
See how he gets on Saturday.
Until then, he said that, Craig. You wait and see.
Yeah, until then. Right, if you've got a cap to pick up from us, don't forget to pick it up Saturday.
2 o'clock. Yeah, we'll be there.
By the Cas Bar. Thanks to the Cas Bar. Only one thing left to say. Say good night, Aidan.
Good night, Aidan.
Good night.
Come on, you Dons. See you Saturday.
Come on.